I'm Kate Smith with AM Best TV. California residents and homeowners insurers are dealing with deadly wildfires for the second straight year. Joining me to discuss how wildfires are affecting homeowners carriers are Sridhar Manyem, Director of Research and Analytics at AM Best, and Jason Hopper, Associate Director of Industry Research and Analytics at AM Best. Sridhar, the 2017 fires were very costly for insurers. How is 2018 shaping up to compare?
The situation is still evolving, Kate, as you know. Major wildfires continue to burn across California as we speak. The two major fires, the Carr Fire and the Mendocino Fire. The Mendocino was actually an amalgamation of two fires, Ranch and the River Fires. They have burned more than 480,000 acres so far. And the wildfire season continues as we speak. And the number of structures that the Mendocino Fire threatened when it started was close to 9,000. So the insurers and the homeowners and the government are still calculating the costs. But based on the number of acres that we've seen so far, the number of acres that were burnt this year so far has exceeded the acreage that was burnt last year in 2017. We feel that the amount of damage that has happened in 2018 will be comparable or greater than the amount of damage that has happened in 2017. Heading into the 2018 insurance year, the insurers were well capitalized, and therefore we think that it is still going to be an earnings event. For some insurers, it could be a capital event, but we will know the more complete picture as things stabilize.
Wildfires happen every year in California. So what is driving the increase in losses?
Out of the 20 top most destructive fires in California in state history, in terms of just numbers of structures destroyed, 6 out of those 20 have occurred within the last 2 years. And currently we have the number 6 most destructive fire with the Carr Fire currently burning, as well as the largest fire in terms of total acreage also burning at the same time. So as you alluded to, these do not seem like normal times. So you have a couple factors playing into this. Number one is population growth. The state of California as a whole has increased their population over the last number of years, and this is spread throughout almost every county throughout the state, right? So while you're seeing greater shifts in population to more wooded areas, as well as suburbs, there are more structures being built to take care of the demand in population increases and population flow. Layer on top of that, temperature, above average temperatures. Since 1998, there has not been 1 year where California has had an average temperature below its normal average dating back to 1895. And then throw in precipitation amounts that have been generally declining. Everybody knows that the drought that California has been in for quite some time. While there was some above average rainfall at the end of last year, that essentially just provided more fuel to these current fires in terms of brush growth and just more fuel to the fire to help these things continue to spread.
So how will this change the homeowners market in California in terms of availability or pricing?
So we would expect some price increases throughout the state, more so where fires have already destroyed some structures. Homes that got replaced last year that got burned down with new homes. Obviously, those homes are now more expensive with newer materials, so it might cost a little more to replace any structures that might get burned down a second time. But we would also see more changes in underwriting process, loss mitigation strategies. Reinsurance costs could go up if pricing continues to increase. And we've seen other different types of alternative financing, alternative capital markets through cat bonds and things of that nature. So it'll take some time, but we think those might be some trends that will continue to evolve.
I think more than the pricing, I think the insurers are going to be more looking at underwriting strategies. Like Jason mentioned, they're going to be looking at things like risk scoring models, where on how they evaluate a house or a community as a high risk or a low risk score, and also being involved with homeowners in terms of risk mitigation as to what is the area from a brush you have to build a house, or what kind of forestage needs to be cleared around the communities, etc. I think there's going to be more serious involvement from insurers with homeowners, communities. That's going to be foremost, and the pricing will follow.
So do these back-to-back years of extreme wildfires constitute a new normal?
As Jason pointed out, there has been conditions that have created the perfect storm in terms of increase in vegetation because of recent rains, increase in fuel because there's been dead wood because of last year's fire, so that acted as a natural fuel, and the atmospheric conditions, the population growth, etc. So all these conditions and the recent trend point to the fact that there is a possibility that this could be a trend in the future. Having said that, I think if insurers, the government, and the homeowners look at things like how the human wild forest interface can be reshaped so that we can reduce the destruction from these fires by involvement from all these stakeholders, then maybe even if it's a new normal, the economic loss and the insured loss from these wildfires can be reduced.
Sridhar, Jason, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
To view AM Best's report on California wildfires, visit www.ambest.com. For AM Best TV, I'm Kate Smith.